I think it'll play out in the end. We got four. We got a quorum. I haven't heard from Mel on this week.
I'm showing 4 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and begin. Happy New Year to you all. This is the January 15th Historical Zoning Commission. I'd like to welcome you all today to the meeting. My name is George Newber. I co-chair the Historical Zoning Commission. Autumn Potter is not here today. She's out, so I'll be filling in for her. So as we begin, we'll start with a roll call.
Ms. Fisher, Mr. Hooten,
Here.
Mr. Lawrence,
Here.
Ms. Lucas, Mr. Newber,
Here.
Mr. Shannon,
Here.
Ms. Potter.
Okay, I see that we have a quorum, so we can conduct business today. Our first item is to review minutes from our December 18th, 2024 meeting. I trust, Commission, you've had an opportunity to review those minutes, and I'll give you a season of time, and then if anyone would like to make a motion to approve, I'll accept that.
I'd make a motion they be approved as submitted.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, are there any questions on the minutes? Okay, Landra?
Mr. Hooten,
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence,
Yes.
Mr. Newber,
Yes.
Mr. Shannon,
Yes.
Okay, and those minutes are approved. Fairly short agenda today, but worthy nonetheless. We'll begin with our first item, which is a request from AJ Klein for exterior alterations approval at 404 West 6th Street. I see the applicant's here, so I'll have you come up in just a moment. And Mr. Archibald, if you'll start off with a staff report, please.
Thank you, Mr. Newber, and thank other commission members that are present. So as you're aware, this previously came before this commission last month. There was some things that were discussed at the previous meeting, and the applicant was asked to resubmit showing those changes. This is for the property at 404 West 6th Street, which is located in West 6th and Mays Street, Mays Place Historic District. The applicant seeks approval for renovations to the porches near the dining room to restore structural integrity. Proposed changes include converting the shed roof to a low hip roof, removing the rear deck for expansion, and adding a new roof at the rear elevation. New windows will align with existing configurations, and the sashes will match the current design. Additionally, exterior materials such as porch railings will be restored or replaced to ensure consistency. The project will also add a non-heated portico, a breezeway, and a carport at the rear of the lot. The zoning designation for this particular lot is CD3. It's a single-family residential district. This is the first request for a certificate of appropriateness at 404 West 6th. Previous approvals, there are none. It says the 1984 historic inventory, but that should be updated to the 2024 historic inventory. And it was recognized as the T.J. Helm House, circa 1873, Italianate architecture style, and is contributing structure. I've worked with Mr. Perry on this project, and we've worked together, and he has resubmitted, which is before the commission tonight. He's redesigned his elevations, also changed the openings to better configure with the windows that are on each elevation. In addition, Mr. Perry has also submitted to the commission an extensive, detailed list on the proposed changes. I'll cover those in my staff analysis just shortly, and Mr. Perry is here to speak. So the applicant has proposed an exterior renovation in additions to the structure located at 404 West 6th within the West 6th and Mays Place Historic District. As identified before, this request was previously presented to the commission on December 18th and was deferred pending additional information. That specific information being a revision of the original design with greater emphasis on preserving the original structure during both design and construction, a new window design and placement that aligns more closely with existing window arrangements, and additional details regarding the placement and design of porch railings and spindles. In response to the commission's request, Mr. Perry has submitted those documentations with those changes and very comprehensive description of the proposed work, and I thank you for that, Mr. Perry. I've reviewed those as a result, and I'm comfortable with the changes that were made, and I think they will address the commission's concerns, but that's just staff's opinion. As a result, staff does support this certificate of appropriateness request for the renovation, modification, and the additions that Mr. Perry has submitted, and I'll entertain any questions that the commission has for me. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Archibald. Mr. Perry, if you would like to stand up and just state your name and address for the record again.
Sure. It's Greg Perry. Our office address is 601 South Cedar Street, 205D, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28202.
Great, thank you. And thank you for working with staff during this last month and the changes significant changes you've made. And if you have anything to add before the commission entertains questions, would you be willing to
Sure.
offer
Yeah,
anything?
thank you. Thank you
Yes,
for
please.
seeing me again. Went back to Charlotte and kind of decided we needed to water this thing down a little bit. Did our best to attempt to look at some of the old historical homes in Columbia. Didn't find a lot of information, but we found a lot of common themes with the windows, very simple design. We found a few homes, including one in the 300 block that's right down the street from this house. It's currently on the market. Got a couple of windows placed next to one another with like a 4-inch wood divider. But just saw that common theme. We saw some homes a little bit outside of the county seat, if you will, a little bit out in the country, and they were kind of same deal too. Some of those a little more colonial in design. So we tried to just basically simplify it. Take the same windows that are already in the existing structure, basically match them. The only windows that are a bit of a deviation, and it's noted in our description, is on the rear elevation. There's a kitchen window and there's a window upstairs in a hallway, but it still has the same theme of a vertical divider, and they are the exact same size. So we tried to simplify it quite a bit. Hopefully, y'all will be satisfied with
Sounds good.
results. Anything else you'd like us to do, we're happy to do so.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. For the commission, especially those of you who were not here last month to see this, there's a lot of documentation. If you'll look at the one specifically that says revised plan set 01/08/2025, that would be the one in question where the changes have been made, and that's what's being presented before us today. Obviously, you're welcome to go back and take a look at the original elevations submitted last month, which are also included in your packet. But with regard to that, I'll entertain any questions or concerns from the commission that you have before I render my comments. Okay, anybody else? Yes, James.
That's actually going to be, it's a tap out. Yes, sir. It's that comprehensive list I was referring to on the changes that was going to be made, and it can be compared to the revised plan set.
Okay. Anyone else from the commission have any comments, questions, or concerns? All right. Mr. Perry, I took a look at those and was very pleased. Actually, just the changes made since last month. That is more in the spirit of what this home celebrates.
Yeah.
And while I understand the owner wanting to have an all glass look in the back, I do appreciate their willingness to work with you and us in regard to the changes that were made. So
Sure. Thank you.
I do feel this addition respects the Secretary of Interior's for additions and how it approaches harmonizing with the original structure and providing with a nice balance for the addition that accomplishes the new uses for this particular residence. So I have nothing additional to add and feel it's a great blended approach. And thank you for working with staff during this time
Absolutely.
to try to incorporate those changes. So I have nothing either.
Okay.
So with that, if there is a motion I can entertain, I'd accept that.
I'd make a motion to approve, subject to staff comment.
Okay. Have a motion. Do I have a second? Okay. Any final comments or comments from the community? If
Just real quick, I know you made a motion to approve. I just want the commission to understand that this has to go through the building permit process as well.
Yes.
And Mr. Perry, it was mentioned in the previous meeting, and it was discussed in his resubmittal on the foundation work that is going to be a resulting action looked at in the permit review. It's not going to change the design aspects of what he's presented here tonight, but just to make the
Yes.
commission aware that it will go through a more thorough review during the building permit process as well.
Sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Watch those handrail designs.
Yes.
Codes really likes to make sure those are compliant. So do take that into consideration.
Will do.
Any other questions from the commission and or the community, if there are any?
Hand up in the back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please, if you'll step forward and list your name and address for the record, we'd appreciate that.
Hey, I'm Anthony Petrachko. I'm at 402 West 6th Street.
Oh, hi.
So, yeah, you may have seen the shadowy figure in the back last month. But no, I just thought I would just go on record to say thanks as well, and just to add my appreciation for somebody coming in and wanting to give this house kind of the love that it needs. So we're really excited,
Excellent.
to see how it turns out.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited to meet my family. I'm not really in a position to say a whole lot more than
Yeah.
that. The only thing I would add, as noted in the packet, is on the survey. So it's a weird situation with a lot of these old houses. The driveway is on our side of our flat or whatever. There's no formal easement with 404. But of course, we've been there 18 years and the driveway is shared with 404.
Sure.
But in light of the significant construction that looks like it's going to be taking place, just a little concerned about, whatever happens to the driveway, which I know as the designer and architect, not really your responsibility,
Sure.
but as the work gets underway, just want to be, mindful of that.
Sure.
Just concerned over wear and tear and
Yeah.
potential put back in a
Yeah.
at
Yeah, they're
least
gonna have
as
some-
good a fashion as it was now, if
Yeah,
not better.
I mean, it's a residential driveway. It's not really built for heavy construction
Of
equipment.
course.
But and it's showing some age and some cracks, so it might be a little more fragile than otherwise.
Sure.
But we're not really overly concerned about
If you'd like to share your phone number with me,
Yes,
I'll
I was
exchange
gonna
it
say,
and I'll exchange it with the
exactly. Yeah,
clients.
let's do that,
Okay.
and just keep those communication lines open.
Sure.
And we're not looking to get in the way in any
Yeah.
way at all. But yeah, that probably.
Okay.
Certainly.
Definitely.
That's
I
a
think that's the other thing I was kind of concerned around I think it was mentioned last month, there was discussion about kind of leveling, regrading the back where the gravel is now and where the new carport will be, which is fine with me. I think Autumn mentioned concerns about possible runoff, water concerns and things like that. So again, that would be more on the construction side. I am curious how that's going to work, because the driveway is on quite a grade already and the home is feet below grade.
Yeah.
So I don't see how that transition off the side of the driveway down into a level how that's going to go, but
Sure.
I'm not a construction.
Well, the plan was to add a retaining wall on the left opposite of, on the other side of their home.
Mhm.
Near the, I believe it's the pink house. And
Right,
then,
yeah.
along and terrace it in the back. They're not interested in having this 6-foot wall.
Right.
They want to terrace it. And then I think it's got to communicate with you, but
Yeah.
we feel really good. A builder they're going to use is Adam and Will Forte,
Okay.
out of Brentwood. Really nice father-son team. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So
pretty-
yeah, we can.
responsible. And, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good to, just communicate as needed on
Sure.
on all that. But
Yeah.
and obviously, it's whatever. They're the homeowners, and
Sure.
whatever that needs to happen. And again, we're excited.
You might get a free driveway out of it. You never know, right?
Hey, yeah. Bring in the big trucks. Let's get the big
Yeah.
driveway.
Let's crack it first day.
But anyway, so yeah, thank you. And,
Yeah.
and I'll connect with you.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your comments. We appreciate it. Any final comments from anyone else in the community or commission?
No, sir.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. So Sandra, if you'll call the roll, please.
Mr. Hooten,
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence,
Yes.
Mr. Newber,
Yes.
Mr. Shannon,
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Archibald will be communicating with you a COA for your
Okay,
benefit.
great.
And as mentioned, make sure you're applying proper permits with the city of Columbia for
Yes, sir.
construction. And thank you and
Okay,
congratulations.
great. Thanks, folks. Appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for,
Appreciate
Mr.
you.
Roderick, for everything.
Thank you.
As I mentioned, very short agenda. Mr. Archibald, anything else that we need to bring up before we adjourn?
No, sir. I think we had a couple sign up. I don't know if they all spoke, and I don't know what
Yes.
they're in reference to. So.
Yes. Anybody would like to bring up anything from the community or just signing to say you're here? Okay, very good. We'll make sure that's put in the record then. Thank you.
Outside of that, Mr. Newber, thank you for chairing. Once
Thank
again,
you.
thank the commission members for being here.
Sure.
And there's no other information from staff at this time.
Okay, very good. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Second? All right. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Hooten, Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Newber,
Yes.
Mr. Shannon.
Okay, very good. We are adjourned. Thank you very much for your attendance today, Commission. Thank you. Absolutely.